Okay, between the current health care reform debate and our country's economic state, certainly no lack of hot topics for political discussion. One of the leaders in Beltway news coverage is Comedy Central's The Daily Show with Jon Stewart. And joining us to talk politics is the show's most senior correspondent, Samantha Bee. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. How are you?
Good. I want to talk more about that gum.
You heard
Seriously.
that, did you? You know,
what in the world?
Yeah, well, perhaps they will create some gum for us. Maybe that could be a topic that you talk about on The Daily Show.
Lady gum. Yes, yeah.
So tell me now, I'm sure you saw the President's speech, State of the Union speech, as the most senior political correspondent. What did you make of the speech?
Well, I did think that I felt that I recognized the look in his eyes. You know, it's the look that I have when I get home from work and face my children and my household, which is, how am I going to herd all these cats in this room? All these crazy cats. How am I going to get them all with me? He just looked so fatigued by the prospect. Didn't you think? Yeah, it's like steering a cruise ship.
And with the first year behind him and reality setting in of how challenging it really is going to be to try to get to the coming together of all the politicians, I think you're probably right. People would agree with you. Hey, are you a political junkie in real life?
I would say so. You know, it's a major interest for me. I work with my husband as well, so we're both very into it. But you know, we definitely turn it off when we get home because we've got 2 young kids. So, you know, we can be political junkies at work, and then when we get home, we are not parent junkies. That sounds really bad. We're just parents doing our best.
You know, I was going to save this question, but I'm going to ask you now because you bring it up. Yes. You have 2 kids, right? And I'm curious how you do that balancing act and work together with your husband and then have this home life. How do you keep it separate? How do you keep it balanced?
I don't know. I think we're just both in tune with each other in that regard. We're just able to compartmentalize things as we need to. And we understand each other's needs, you know, with respect to work. So when we get home, we're home. When we're at work, we're at work. That's what we do.
No major...
We have a good system.
Oh, that's great. So because I know I talk to a lot of working moms who think that multitasking is just so overrated. They've taken on way too much. But you feel like you've found a good balance.
Well, it's pretty good. Listen, if you stripped away the highlights in my hair, I mean, it would be like a shocking shade of white. You know, there's no question, but I do my best.
I'm curious
about... My husband is trying to... Yes.
No, you finish. There was a study back in 2008 that talked about the fact that many Americans actually get their news from The Daily Show rather than traditional news outlets, and that it's their primary source for a lot of people. I'm wondering if you're surprised by that and why you think that is.
Well, I'm not surprised by it because I hear it a lot, but I don't know that people actually do. I don't know that they actually in reality get their news from us. I think that they get their news from many sources and they synthesize it maybe when they watch our show. I mean, I don't know that you would really find our show all that funny if you didn't know what was going on in the world. Do you know what I mean? You know, that's the way it goes.
How would you describe your audience?
In my opinion.
How would you describe your audience generally?
They're savvy. They're pretty savvy. They're savvy. Now, today I wanted to talk about the 5-second rule. Have you heard about this?
No. What is that?
You know the 5-second rule?
I don't.
5-second rule, you drop your food on the floor.
Oh,
if you pick it up before 5 seconds.
It's all good. Still
you know did you know that myth had been debunked?
No.
Did you know that I was shattered as a person when I heard that?
Because
did you know that my whole worldview was changed by that revelation?
Why? What is it about the 5-second rule?
Because I'm busy. Because I'm busy, and my kids are young, and they drop food on the floor, and I was not aware that I was expected to not give it to them after it fell on the floor. Clorox and San Diego State University did a big study about it, and they found that if you do drop your food on the floor, it attracts those kinds of germs that you don't necessarily want on your food. Ew. Is that shattering for you? Do you follow that rule yourself?
I have 2 kids, and I always tell them, 5-second rule, you're good. Ew.
I know. Yeah, no, you're busted.
Okay,
lady,
well,
you
no
are busted.
longer. No longer.
No longer.
Is that part of my world?
There's a great...
Devastated.
I know. There's a great website that may help you. It helped me. It's called simpleandsurprising.com. helpful tips, how to keep your home environment a little cleaner using a diluted bleach solution so that you don't have to worry about these things. These things are helpful to me. I'm a very laid-back mom. I'm quite certain that my children are like half raccoon. They crawl around on the floor picking up little odds and ends of food. They want to consume them. There's not much I can do about it. I'm so busy. I've got all this. I've got the, you know, the burden of the world on me, leading the political team, you know, to the midterm elections. I can't worry about these things. I need to take a relaxed aspect.
Well, I love your sense of humor. You know, I would love to see more of you on the big screen. I know you do a lot of guest appearances, but it would be nice to see you in the lead role. Is that a possibility at all?
Don't you think?
In film? I think it'd be fabulous.
Well, you need to like make some phone calls, you know, on my behalf.
I'll have my
people
need to get on
my team.
Exactly. Oh, Samantha, we're out of time. We're out of time,
right.
But people know you and love you from The Daily Show with Jon Stewart, and we certainly appreciate you taking the time with us this morning. Best to you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to talk to you.
You too.
Okay.
Did you know that about the 5-second rule?
I didn't know that that had changed, no.
Do you go by that rule with your little one?
I have, yeah. I more the 2-second rule. It falls, you reach up and grab it. I don't let even sit for 5 seconds, though. That's an eternity.
Kids need to get a few germs here and there.
We learned a lot about her real life, just through that, and kind of her phobias, whatever, yeah.
Well, her husband works on the show, and but you know, 2 kids change everything, as many of you know. So it gives you great perspective, so obviously she seems to have it.
Yeah.